Welcome back to another episode of Just Jossing Around. Today, my guest, the one and only Rachel Ware.
What's up?
Hello. I mean, not only a fan favorite, but a producer favorite.
I love it's all mutual. I love Grace so much.
Yeah.
Love you, Grace.
This is actually a Rachel Ware stan podcast.
It is. Come on in, everybody.
You come in here. You take over the place in my seat. It's fine. I actually don't care that much.
I did. I even said off air, I was like, to soften the blow of me taking your seat, I brought snacks.
And I would like to review, because what's really setting me right now is the barely filled bag of cheese balls.
I couldn't take too many, otherwise the kids would notice. But I did count. We had enough and an even amount of fruit snacks that I was able to bring one for each of us.
That's hilarious.
They're Bluey flavored.
Bluey. Bluey. Oh, I haven't seen that show, but that's cute.
It's good for adults.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's great.
All right.
I wouldn't make fun of you if you watched it alone.
Really? I do like, I don't know. I do like kids' cartoons because I think they're soothing. But I like stuff like, what's that one with that bear? I don't know. Franklin. That's the turtle, actually. But
that's a turtle. Yeah. Little Bear?
Little Bear. Yeah. I like soothing cartoons.
It was a hard reach. Yeah. You know, the one with the bear and he's like small. What's that one called? And then there's the mom bear. What's her name? Mama Bear. That's right.
Did you ever watch Kip?
No, I don't know what that is.
Man, I just like a suit. Yeah.
I totally broke the fourth wall there. For those of you at home who didn't know what just happened, I looked directly into the camera where Grace was behind taking a picture.
It's so hard because sometimes I think that because she'll take pictures throughout the episode. Yeah.
She came out here and I raised my hands up. I'm like, stop. Yeah. Can't be natural.
It's funny because she'll take pictures throughout the episodes, but sometimes I forget that she does that. And I'm like, something's wrong. If Grace is coming out of the mouth, something's wrong.
Me too. I was like, do we need to restart?
She was like, try it again. Take it from the top.
Yeah. We're just going to burn this one.
She was like, Rachel, can we try it without the carbless hoodie?
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So you just told me less than 5 minutes ago what this was. First of all, what it is a triple XL hoodie.
It looks nice.
That I definitely wore to this once you said you were wearing
a triple
XL hoodie, because I was like, that's the vibe today too.
Oh yeah.
This is right after I told you that I was going to be high too, as well.
I said, come, I want you in your rawest form.
Yeah. I took out my diaphragm. We're raw talking. And so Tyrell did a show and he got a bunch of swag from like a beer rep or a liquor rep there.
Yeah.
Okay. So she had these and so I put it on.
Yeah.
And he brought home a sample of one of the flavors.
Yeah.
And I'm not a seltzer person. You gotta be. I really don't like seltzers. But I tried this one after I had already had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I still didn't like it. So thank you. The least I can do is wear it, but I do not promote it.
No,
I do not.
Very bad drink. Don't drink it.
But also look at the back is also very funny. I'll go all the way around for the cameras, but it's got all the flavors on it. So that was a raw dog position too. I really put myself out there.
That's such, and I'm sorry, the hoodie looks great on you, but that is the most obnoxious.
On the back, right? It's a lot.
It's so much. Because I was like, that's actually a nice hoodie for like merch. Like, it's not crazy. The back is wild. Which is why I wore it here, because I'm like, no one will see it until I talk about it and then turn around and show everybody. What an easy hashtag for when this goes up, though. I know. Carbless will sponsor this. We'll have to cut the part where you said that it's absolutely terrible and no one should drink it. But other than that, I think that this is good.
That's just because I'm hard to please. Yeah. I like what I like, and I'm almost 33 and still shooting Fireball.
And that's
so do I even have taste? I don't think I do.
I drink a seltzer every once in a while, but I'm a Corona. Like if I'm going for like a light something, I've been really into Corona recently. I don't know what that says about me.
What's up with that? Because I work with a few people who are like 23 to like 28, and Corona is the thing.
Yeah,
like they're all like, oh, I like Corona.
Yeah.
Do you know how difficult that is to get for someone like at a house party or something where they're like, can I grab you something? And you're like, a Corona'd be great. And they're like, great. Well, we have Old Bud Light. Or a Dirty 30 a Bush. So, like, which do you want?
And I'll settle. At the end of the day, I don't care because I'm a dumpster fire when it comes to like, I'll just take anything.
Well, yeah.
I don't care.
And that's not a dumpster fire. I've learned that's just very Midwest of us. It kind of goes, it truly goes into like being Midwest nice where you're like, I'd love a Corona. And they're like, we have a Bud Light that's been open 2 hours ago. And you're like, awesome, great, that works.
It's sitting out, it's flat.
Yeah.
It's collecting dust.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I'll drink that.
Yeah.
Because I will have to be drunk to stay here. That's another Midwest thing where they're like, I don't want to be here, so I'm going to have to self-medicate.
I've been thinking about that recently. I haven't been to like a good, solid house party in a minute.
Right.
And I don't know if those are a thing around here. When I lived in New Mexico, it was like, whose house? It was, but then again, I was younger and that was like, but I don't know. I don't know if people really house party out here.
That's a good question. Is this, I'm not meaning this in any way, but like.
Say it the way you want to say it.
Did coronavirus ruin house parties? Didn't think I was going there, were you?
No, absolutely not. I was ready to be personally offended, and then you made it all. You made it worldwide.
New Mexico's trash.
No,
I'm going to tell you that. But that's not your fault.
No,
you couldn't leave. You were born into it, molded by it. I visited Tyrell's dad in Berlin.
Is that in New Mexico? Where's that? I'm sorry. What? I mean, I'm trying to follow.
Yeah, bitch.
Is it really?
You are from there.
No, I mean, I lived there for like 3 years, but like in Alamogordo, which is like the bottom. So it means
you bottom bitch. Oh my God. Why did you make me feel dumb when you were the one being dumb?
How did I make you feel dumb?
Because you're like, where is that? And then you made me second guess. I'm like, we're just talking about New Mexico. What? Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
Did everyone catch that gaslighting? That was intense.
There are certain people who are going to eat up that clip because I'm accused of being. I'm sorry. How about that?
It's okay. I don't think Berlin is like as big as, and also the reason I got scared is, am I saying it right? I don't know.
Yeah. Is it?
It's not Berlin. It's Berlin. Belen.
Belen. Okay. Do you know where it's by? Is it by like Albuquerque?
Maybe an hour and a half away from Albuquerque.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, that's every city is like 3 hours away. So makes sense.
Okay.
We went down there.
And it was terrible. Sorry, all of that to say I just had a terrible time and it's a trash state and I'm sorry that you had to live there.
It's fine.
Sorry you had to live there. I'm on their side. You're not from there.
It was, there was nothing to do except for that's when I started trying drugs. I was bored.
Night. That seems like a place where drugs are easy.
And they're I will never buy them anywhere else, honestly. I moved here and it's like I'm done. I guess I don't do drugs anymore, really.
Oh, you meant like
drugs.
I am really?
Really?
Do you know I've never done that?
Stop.
I've never seen it in real life.
Stop.
Swear to God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would
no, and in fact, it got to a point where I didn't feel one way or another about it, where I was like, if I'm offered it, I might take it. If I don't, I'm not going to look for it. Yeah. But like, it got to a point where I was like, every one of my friends, not everyone, most of my friends did it, and they talked about how much they loved it. And I thought, I am a person that would totally get addicted to that.
Wow.
I was like, I don't think I can try it once because I'll love it.
Interesting.
So I just haven't.
It revealed in me that I do have something wrong with me, because I would do it and not feel anything, and then I would do more and be like, my friends would be like crazy, and I'd be like,
I feel
order a
fine.
pizza. Yeah, I would feel nothing. But also in the same thing, I would not do it here. Like if someone offers you it here, do not accept, because Lord, the way it's had to travel. And also people
from New Mexico, where it was born.
But you will die.
Yeah. Okay. I think a lot of people assume that I've done hard drugs.
I honestly, Rachel, and I'm so sorry, but I have.
Yeah, because I think my personality is so outrageous, but
you know what I was thinking about? Sorry to do a quick tangent. On the way here, because I mean, we just had Tony on talking about the Headliner movie, and I was like, I would watch a movie with Rachel just being Rachel.
But not kind of a documentary.
Yeah, but like not. It's like, still. Yeah. I would watch that.
That is so
just your character.
I went out for drinks for my friend's birthday, and there was a friend of a friend that I've met who I kind of became friends with. She's so sweet. And she's kind of straight edge. She's so cool. I like her a lot. Yeah. Abby, hi. But we were talking about the first time she met me, and we were playing Never Have I Ever, and she goes, everyone was just having a good time and kind of hanging out, and I said, never have I ever been to Long John Silver's, and she's talking about me, she goes, you slammed your drink down and go, oh yeah, Abby, you've never been to Long John Silver's? Wow, okay, good job, Abby. And just like came at her. And then the next person went, and I was like, oh, I've done that.
You do have like those like moments, like, I mean, very recently after I think it was the show on Saturday, I was like telling you how I was like, I talked about like kissing a girl, and you were like, oh, and you think that that's comedy. You think that that's like I said something, you were like, oh, and you think that's fun, like that's okay. And I was like, oh my God.
I get really
so funny.
I used to be shocked when people are like, you're a little intimidating, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I hear these stories of people's like first experience with me, and I'm like, that's a lot. I'm so really sorry.
It's endearing. I mean, the incident that happened when you were hosting Open Microphone at Backline, Charles W., he will always remember that.
For the people listening, just because I was glad you brought this up, because that whole night I need to talk about.
Let's break it down.
And how miserable I was. So there's an open mic in Omaha. Your order is drawn out of a hat. Mm-hmm. There's up to 35 people in this hat at sometimes any 40. Given time. Yeah. Sometimes 40.
It's insane.
This particular night, there were 42 comics there. And I didn't expect that many people to be there.
No.
I came thinking I was going to be there an hour and a half.
Oof. Wow. Brave.
3 hours is how long I was there. And I was like not getting wasted, but steadily just getting drunker. Yeah. And here's my complaint. Comics, let your name be known. This is an intense moment for me.
Get intense.
Don't assume I know you. Because I don't do open mics, so I don't know new people unless I'm on a show with them. And I'm not meaning that in a like elitist, snooty way. I'm just like, there's no other way I would have met you. Yeah. Okay, so I got there, and you were there at that point for the audience as well. I think we were one comic in, two comics in, and I come to you and I go, I think I'm gonna leave. As I was hosting, and you are so nice. You were the only genuine person who knows how I felt, because you were like, oh yeah, are you gonna ask Dylan to leave? Like that was a possibility. I was like, I'm thinking about it now. Just going up and like, hey man.
I get it. Like because I've hosted that mic a couple times and it's like, there's a little bit of excitement leading up to it, like, oh, this is going to be fun. And then you start doing it and you're like, oh no, I'm here. Like this is my night. Yeah.
So the incident you were talking about is like maybe barely halfway through.
It was right as me and Laura were leaving. So it was like,
oh yeah, because she had tapped. She was like, I'm not.
It was definitely 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. And so I get up there and I pull this name out of the hat. And before I even read the name, I just go, I look at the slip and I go, who the fuck is Charles W? The sweetest boy.
He is a sweet boy.
Way new.
Very new.
But yeah, you lost it.
I thought it was so funny. Because also, like, and I'm not saying that Charles is one of these people, but like, there's definitely a handful of comics that I've started where I'm like, could you do that? No.
Yeah.
Just level the playing field. I wouldn't say that for Charles specifically because he is unreasonably nice, but he's young. So maybe that's why.
Sure.
He's not traumatized yet. I don't know.
Yeah. More trauma, more funny.
Make it funny. Yeah.
Make it funny.
Yeah.
The meanest thing I did at the mic though was at the end of the night. I think we're in the upper 30s now. David Kousgaard was like one of the last 8 people to go. And I kind of posted about it on Facebook, but I went up to him and I go, I'll give you $1 for every time you dab during your set. Because no one was there and no one cared. It kept getting to the point where I'm drawing names and being like, so-and-so's on deck. You sure you wanna? Do you want to? Because you don't have to. It's okay. And I told David, I was like, every time you dab during your set, I'll give you $1. And then I went off stage. He went up and did it. And when he came off stage and I announced the next person, he goes, I made $3. And I go, oh, that's cool, man. I wasn't there to see it, but I'm sure you did great. And he was truly like, you didn't watch it? And I'm like, no, bitch, I've been watching 38 comics tonight. No, I didn't watch your set. I'm sorry that you did it for 4 people. Nobody there.
I do respect the people that like at the end of the mic where it's like it's hell. You're clearly in hell. They still go up there with oomph and they do it.
They do.
Yeah, I do like I like as the night gets going, like I start, slurring a little more because that's always fun. And then you're like, it's fine, no one cares. You miss your cue. I missed my cue one time to go back up there, and then I walk back in the room.
Oh no!
The mic. It was actually the funniest thing.
Oh my god! Speaking of.
I know, right? He's got it going on.
Whoa. There was one time I just, I saw his eyes and they were like a dog's. They were just black. They're just like, so, and I knew it had to be that because he was being so nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Just chatting everybody up. And I was like, nice.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is.
I think I do like him more when he's on it because
don't say
no I'm sorry, and it's
one thing we're not gonna do is encourage that kind of drug use.
You're right. I'm sorry. Well, when he's not, I mean,
know.
I've had incidents, but then when he's just kind of he respects my boundaries more when he's on it. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Actually, we're just gonna bleep his name because I have a story about him. There is one time at the back line, he came up to me, and this is when Tyrell and I were doing our soft launch, where like we weren't dating, but like we weren't hiding that we were like coming and leaving with each other to like mics and stuff.
Real.
And I was standing next to Tyrell at a mic, and this person came up and like did a fist bump and hugged Tyrell, and then went to me and double cheeked.
Oh my god!
Grabbed my ass and like squeezed and like pulled up a little bit.
Wow!
like truly,
all right,
lifted me by my ass. And let go and walked away. And I was kind of like, well, we're not friends like that. You know what I mean? And I turned to Tyrell, and Tyrell goes, did he grab your ass? And I was like, he did.
Yeah.
You should go say something. And what Tyrell went up to him and he goes, hey man, that's my girl. And I was like, or like, don't grab women like that. But that's so cute. I'm your girl.
Yeah, that's so. I had a very similar experience where at this was like when I was like 2 months into comedy at Beach House, and he came up behind me and
not Tyrell.
Not,
Could you imagine?
This is where I confront you about it. I'm like, now that we have a camera and a third party, I'd like to talk about that.
I would talk about that on air so hard. That would be so great.
No, I've never had any problems with Tyrell.
But this person,
hands, and mind you, and I'm named was there also was there, and hands went up onto the chi-chis and then dropped them and then walked away. And then afterwards I was like, and afterwards didn't ask it while that person was sitting. And then and then I was retelling this story to another comic recently, and they were like, well, maybe they thought whatever the fuck was gonna
him
was gonna hurt the person, being like, don't do that.
And this is what I mean when I say do better. I'm not saying you're doing bad. I'm just saying there's room for improvement.
Yes. Yeah. It's fine.
It's because they're dumb. Anyways.
Yeah, I know. And then it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, men are dumb. And but no, that was one of those things where I was like, I think when a situation, like, I don't want to call it like assault, but you know, when a situation like that happens, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Back.
I feel that no. You don't need to. I'm making that face because I'm like, I was about to say, like, let's call a duck, but even sometimes in these situations, you're like, it was a mallard.
Yeah.
I was sexually mallard. I hate that.
God.
Why? And
no,
like, why are we so afraid to call it assault when it?
I know.
It just is.
I know.
It was something unwanted of the sexual nature.
But it's like, and that's where I think I get frustrated. And I kind of want to make this like comparison. Juicy episode. Okay, but like, I do just want to make that. I do think so. There was a female comic who was like, harassing men, whatever. And it was like, that girl was fucking stomped into the ground. You're not like, whatever. But I feel like then this happens, and then this guy is like, we got to get him on a show. Like, we got to book him. And I do feel like there was like, I don't know if it's like there's a double standard there, or like if your charisma can let you, skate past anything. Like, I don't know.
How much coke do you have?
Yeah.
Like,
we'll let you in. Keep coming back.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, because there's a double standard, but it also, that's with anything in the entertainment industry. You just, that's why I try to just stay out of all of it. Clean, squeaky clean.
Yeah.
I don't get involved.
I think I've been pretty clean. This is the most,
right?
But I know, I'm like, this is like, I feel like I try to stay out of everything. And then it's like, what's frustrating is like when there is something going on, even if you don't speak on it, it's like, well, now you've picked a side by being silent. I'm like, just let me do my stand up.
Seriously. I'm also, I guess that goes in line with me like being like intimidating or aggressive though too, because I can say that if I don't like you, you will know it.
Yeah.
It's so clear. And I don't need to band together with people to dislike someone. I can exist on my own and not like them, which is how I feel about some people in our community, where I'm just like, I don't need to involve other people to validate my feelings. That's just what they are.
That's very valid, actually.
So,
yeah. Like,
now I'm about to list all the people that I don't like.
You're like,
number one.
Without getting like, I was kind of, I wanted to bring it up in some sense, but like, I wanted to know like what were your pet peeves in comedy? Like, as far as it can be like within our scene at the current moment that you're seeing, either with like the newer comics or things that are going on, like things that you've noticed. This is assuming that you watch other people do stand.
I'll watch if they ask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard time watching comedy.
Yeah.
I do. So like a pet peeve I have, it goes in line with that too, is unsolicited advice.
Oh, yeah.
A comic will ask for your thoughts.
Yeah.
And a not great comic will tell you their thoughts.
Yes.
So that's one of my peeves where it's like, I don't like people that are like, I've been doing this X amount of years. I know, but I would say I'm one of the people who have been doing it on the long side in our specific community.
Yes.
And I don't like it when people who are fresh are have seen your set for the first time, the set I have not changed in 5 years, and are like, you should do this. And you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you, Charles W? No, it wasn't him. I'm just clear that air.
No, it's like, and also I feel like it's different when you're like close or like friends with someone or like closer, because then it's
totally
like,
different.
Yeah, it's like I'll give, because it's also, I know you, I kind of understand your voice and what would sound like, what, you know, stuff like that. But when it's just someone random and then they give you an idea and then it's like,
okay,
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't even say thank you. I'm just like, that was, you know, you said what you said.
Even Tyrell and I kind of have that thing at home when we're like helping each other write jokes. I'll be like, oh, you should say this because that is like so funny. And he won't take it and I'll get frustrated. And he's just like, because I wouldn't say that. And I'm like, true that. Like, that's something I would say.
Yes.
So,
yeah,
that bugs me.
Yeah.
Oh, sucking other comics' dicks because you think it's going to get you somewhere.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
There are so many people that I'm like, what do you think befriending them is going to do for you?
Period. Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yes. I'm very, my brain is.
Right. Name droppers.
Us. Sorry, yeah.
I've been dropping them.
It's hard not to. And it's like when I'm so comfy, when I'm in this couch, when I'm in these sweats, I just feel loose. I want to name drop.
Oh, I mean name droppers as in like, I did a show with. What we're doing is gossiping. What we're doing is airing the dirty laundry. What we're doing is speaking the truth and letting it free. We're not name dropping.
It's pronounced gospel.
It's pronounced. Yeah. What we're doing is different.
This is fine. This is God would like it this way.
God wants it this way.
This is how he wanted it. But yeah, people who do on stage. The only person I will let that slide with is David Sean. He's the only person.
I mean,
you can name drop and I'll be like, yeah.
You know why? Because his are like superstars.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm like, yep, put it in your bio. I love that shit.
Right. I name drop a little bit in my bio. Not so much my bio, but when I send credentials to someone,
that's different.
I let them fly.
That is so different because it's like that's work. Like
but I'm not like backstage at an open mic being like, when I did a show with blank.
Yeah.
Nope. I've totally done that before. I actually have done that before.
I probably have done that.
I just want to be very honest.
My name, I know. Everyone will have receipts all of a sudden.
They're like, really? Because
my name drop is like, so like I did this show with like Cameron, like it's just all like local.
Shut the fuck up. That is so funny. He's going to be one of the people. I think Cameron and also Ross Doling are going to be famous in our lifetime.
I mean, I definitely am like, I also believe Zach will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I also believe Zach Peterson will be. But Cameron, like, the more I like, cause I do, it's just like insane. Also his following is insane. And then like the work that he's getting, I mean, it's crazy. Good for him. I also think Rachel Ware will. Said,
We'll see.
I want the movie.
It would be very fun.
It would be so funny. I really think it would be.
You can see how I like mommy dearest Tyrell at home. Like, just, I'm so mean to him.
Are you?
I'm a little mean to Tyrell.
He probably needs.
He's such a nice guy. Like, he's so patient. You don't see this side, but he's so patient with me. It's great.
Oh, that's good though.
Can we talk about the open mic that you hosted where he proposed to me?
I'm terrified, but yes.
Yeah.
Because
that was great.
That was so fun.
I don't want to talk about it too long, but he proposed to me at an open mic, which is very cute because that's where we met.
Yeah.
The whole day was weird. The whole day was weird to the point where I was like, I texted my best friend. I was like, something is up. Something's weird. I let it go. Like, it was just like, no, I this can't be it or whatever. We got to the open mic. You were hosting in your turkey outfit, right?
I was wearing a turkey costume.
Yes, because of Halloween. Yes. Completely inflatable. It was awesome. And I was like, no, it's not happening. Because he was just like so regular once we got to the back line. The one thing that happened before he proposed during his set was I thought it was so weird. I'm sitting there and I'm looking around. It's a packed house. And I look at the back and you're there in your turkey outfit holding your holding your phone like this. Just like back against the wall and then just like... And I was like, it's not like I thought, oh, I'm getting proposed to, but I was like, why is she clearly filming and hiding? I was like, the first thought was like, oh, Tyrell asked her to film. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And if so, then why is she trying to hide the fact that she's filming?
Yeah. Very sus.
What I didn't see is right behind me, like Brent and two other people fully had their phones out. Yeah.
Which I think, like, the reason why I moved, I took the risk. I
did. You got the best angle.
That's why I was like trying to get a good angle because I was like, everyone's gonna get it from the side. I'm trying to get, you know. And I also didn't know that, like, I think it was Jake. Someone was also taking pictures, like professional pictures.
James,
yeah. James. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, God, I would hate for a video, you know. And I was like, I'm going to take the risk. I knew I looked sus. But I was like, she'll learn what
I really
this is
didn't.
about.
Like, I did and I didn't. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm getting proposed to. I was thinking like something is weird.
Yeah.
Like, why are people being so weird to me tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
it was a good time.
I think it was, because I think Dylan told me, he was like, do you want to host the mic? Also, this is a very special mic. I was like, yes, give it to me, give it to me.
Oh, I'm so glad he told you.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Since we're name dropping.
Name drop. There's actually a podcast on this network called Name Drop.
Oh my gosh. You're going to have to bleep this. You're going to have to bleep this name, Grace.
I'll do the edits, Grace. I'm sorry.
Oh, are we doing too many?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Do you hear that? Nope. Nope.
I think I'm gonna have to crack open the gummies for this.
Yeah, let's do this. I don't even think I have. Everyone's gonna know who I'm talking about, and I don't care. But there was a certain person who, at this time, was notorious for hosting an open mic every other week. That's a female.
Yes.
And on the night that Tyrell originally was going to propose, that person was hosting. And he was like,
not going to do it.
Not going to do it. So he postponed 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So it wasn't.
That's a long time to hold the anticipation. Wow. But
the other, which is good though, because on that day that he didn't end up doing it was the day my mom died.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to share that day. And he's like, wow. God works in mysterious ways. It's like, or you could read a calendar.
That's crazy.
Ooh, these are good.
I know, I do like these.
These are kind of like the old Scooby-Doo snacks.
See, I will go ahead and say that I can just tell by what the colors that you got going on in your pack that it is better than what's in mine.
What?
I've got this green thing going on. Yeah, that's a nice color of a snack.
You want to switch?
Yes, but you look like you had one of those matte blue ones already.
I didn't.
I thought you had a blue one in there.
Oh, So it's not the matte blue, but it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Guy?
I'll let it slide.
Do you want it?
Nope, I'm okay. The one you gave me was good though. I do miss the matte blue Scooby snack. The best one. The best one.
They should rebrand and do just blues.
Yeah, blues. Yeah, blues.
No, different it's Scooby Doo.
Yeah. I have this phobia with gummies that I'm gonna choke on them.
Oh Lord.
I do. I can't.
Have you tried chewing? Have you tried chewing your food before you try to swallow it?
I've recently had to pull my car over to chew and swallow because I think, okay, Grace, correct me if I'm wrong in this story. Was it? I thought I heard a story about maybe Pat's wife choked.
Yeah. She, it was
Pat?
a Runza fry. Our boss.
Yeah.
She was driving and there's a Runza fry that did it. And so someone, she got out of the car at the stoplight and someone gave her the Heimlich.
Yeah. And now I have this phobia of choking while driving. That story, really traumatized me. And I was like, you know what? Driving while eating is actually that's scary.
But TikTok while driving, that's totally fine.
That's totally fine. No, that's different. I have control. Chewing, I don't know. But also, I don't know. Choking has been I just saw recently, I think it was Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore. He saved his child with it was like a life vac thing. It was some device because the child was choking and I was like, I just need one of those just to throw in my purse.
Yeah.
Because it can go down. And also I live alone. I've choked on meat by myself and I've had that's how I found I could put my whole hand in my mouth. Because I had to pull it out.
You need to watch 30 Rock. There's an episode about that where Tina Fey, Liz Lemon, is choking because she's alone living in her apartment. And she throws herself over the back of a chair.
It's real. It's a real phobia.
That's not.
Like it happened. I can't say.
Do you know what's scarier, though?
Tell me.
Choking in your house. And your partner doesn't know the Heimlich.
No.
And his 2 children are there watching you
Has that
die.
happened?
No, because I'm alive. But,
well, I mean, yes, but I
also think, I'm pretty sure Tyrell knows the Heimlich, but think about how much worse that would be if your partner didn't know how to do that. And then now you have an audience.
They're just, get it out.
Yeah. They're just hitting you on the back so hard. So hard, and it's not helping, it's just hurting. That's worse. That's way worse. Just let me die in my car.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know, my scary choking experience was when I was young, and I have a joke about it in my set, but choking on a mozzarella stick in front of my family, and I got the Heimlich. My mom gave me the Heimlich, which it took him a really long time to notice. I was handling it super well, and then they noticed and they gave me the Heimlich, and then everyone in the restaurant was pissed.
Oh my God. I just dropped. Thought you were at home. Did not know you were in a restaurant.
And everyone was, and my mom was screaming for help, and the woman behind us was like, and what did you want to drink? She's still taking the order of the table. No one gave a fuck. And then afterwards, this old man who was sitting across from us was like, you scared the hell out of it. He was so mad. And I was like, bro, and then afterwards we got home and my mom, I was with my mom, my stepdad. She made me call my dad and I had to have a conversation with my father. And he was like, you have to chew your food. You cannot be, I got in trouble. I was like, I'm 8 and stressed. And it was a cheesy mozzarella stick.
Oh my God.
Sorry to trauma dump, but it is real.
This is crazy because it didn't happen to me. I was at it was a country skillet place. Do you know what a breakfast place?
Oh yeah.
Whatever. Way back when I was younger, and there was an old man in his 60s who was choking on his dinner in a very full restaurant, Village Inn type place.
Yeah.
To the point where someone with them goes, is there a doctor in the house?
Stop.
And a server came over and gave him the Heimlich and saved his life. And the whole restaurant clapped. And then went back to eating. And I was so freaked by, I was like 7, 8. I was so freaked by the whole thing that I like couldn't eat. Like I was just so stricken with grief. And then also just thought that like, is there a doctor in the house was a normal thing that it will continue to happen wherever I go. Do you know, this is actually funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. I take CPR classes I stay certified because I'm in healthcare. And in every one of these classes, they're like, statistically, you're not going to ever give CPR like in your life. You know what I mean? But like, it's good to know. I have given CPR twice to complete strangers.
You're kidding.
Seriously.
Rachel, that's crazy actually.
So crazy.
Whoa. That's wild.
One was in Des Moines. Me and Tim Overton were coming out of a bar because we had a show that night at Teehees.
Yeah.
And there was a man bleeding on the ground, like profusely and like unresponsive. Hell? So like I was like told Tim to go find an AED and call 911 and find a plastic bag that I can put on the inside of his mouth so I didn't get filled with mouth blood, and like started compressions. And then he got wheeled off in an ambulance. And another time was in Omaha. There was a guy trying to get his like unresponsive date into his car, and she had fallen, like it parked in between two cars and was like unresponsive. And I came up and said, "Hey, are you okay?" And he started to like walk away, like completely abandon her. So she's unresponsive. Funnily enough, Tim Overton was also there with me, but like this is like months and months. We don't live in the same like city. And so he called 911 again, and I started doing compressions on her, trying to get her awake. And when the cops and ambulance showed up, I found this mother effer. I'm not going to make you edit that again. And I pointed at him out and was like, this asshole tried to bounce.
Wow. That's so crazy.
It is wild.
Well, there's a lot. That's a loaded story, but just the fact that Tim was with you
both times, it was so weird.
It's like, what are actually the odds of that? Like,
yeah. So the next time I need to get certified, and they're like, "There's a slim chance," I'm gonna stand up and be like, "Actually, it's a lot more common than you think." Especially if you have a friend who can witness it for you.
It's just that's funny. If I was Tim, I'd be like, I think we should just maybe pick a bigger group to go. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, we should probably stop hanging out like this. When I get tested for the CPR, I just yell out, Tim, go get a baby. Like it's just worked into my routine now. Like, and what happened next? My best friend Tim's gonna go look for an AED. So weird.
That's really funny. I've never saved a life in that way. I did give someone when I was a server at the Tam O'Shanter in Lincoln.
I don't even know what that is.
A fucking shithole. Fuck you, Karen.
So many bleeps. So sorry.
No, the
Grace.
bleeps are, the swears can go. We can swear.
Oh.
It's just whenever we say a name, like, let's say Blue Big. Okay, we have...
I love that you whispered it in the mic.
Okay.
That's so funny.
But, a woman in her wheelchair, and she was choking, and the person across from her, it was her dad, was like, and I literally come up, and she's like, I was like, are you choking? And he was like, yeah, she's choking. So I start giving her the Heimlich, but I'm like, I didn't think I was strong enough, so I'm like yelling for help. And then this other server, Jim, bigger guy, comes back, and we swap places, and then he did it, and she got it out. But it was scary as hell, and also because I was like, how do you give the Heimlich to someone in a wheelchair? Like I was like, it was intense.
Once again, to start.
I don't know if you're being serious.
I'm not.
Okay, good. Don't do that. Don't do that. I thought that's like how you do like a baby.
Yeah, you like hold the baby upside down, basically.
Get it out, bitch.
One of the.
Yeah, there it is. That.
so fucked.
It's good.
Okay.
I thought it was great. That's cool though. I'm glad. I want to be around you in case of an emergency. But also, I feel like you wouldn't take me serious.
I was just gonna say it's the most serious I can ever get.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary. I don't know if I want to see that, but also I would be like, oh my God, Rachel Ware's taking care of me.
Once you'd come back too, I'd be like, bitch. You think that's comedy? You think that's funny? You think you've got it all down now, don't you? That'd be so funny. I'd be so mean.
That was actually, I mean, I don't even remember what I was telling you about, but that was the funniest thing.
I can't remember either, but I do remember saying that. I was like, oh, you think.
And you thought that was funny. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I don't know.
The way you said it was so good. I was like, she actually has a point, but I'm going to keep this conversation rolling because I was like, I can't handle that emotionally.
I love that.
But how did your set go that night? The night that you slammed me?
Like at the beginning of the wait, what was that?
Comedy
Saturday.
After Dark.
Oh, what a great show!
Yeah,
there was children there.
Yes, they were at ours before.
They were cool.
I hit the gritty for them.
Yeah, they were cool kids. Those kids were cool.
They were.
I told the daughter, the like young girl, I was like, "You're gonna be cool when you grow up."
Oh yeah,
for real.
Yeah. Those
and
are
then
her
I
parents
asked her
now.
if she wanted to smoke weed.
She was like,
kind of.
Yeah. Her mom looked chill as hell.
She looked chill. Yeah. I guess the dad does classes at the back line. And here's my thoughts on this. I'm a person that's like, when I see kids at a show, I'm like, but I'm not the one that's like, get them out of here.
Yeah.
I was those kids growing up. Yeah. I was an only child. My parents took me to adult shows. Like obviously not like naked shows or anything like that. But I went to stand-up comedy. I went to like adult magician shows. I did stuff that was all adult oriented. And I think it's one of the reasons why I'm funny today. So when I see that, I'm like, are you going to shut up? Are you not going to get mad about about what I'm talking about? Yeah. Because I'm not changing what I'm about to say because you chose to bring kids. Yep. So if you're cool with that, which they were letting everything slide. It was like, great, let's have a good time. And it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I feel the same.
There's sometimes I do like road shows on the like at a local bar and stuff. And I say this all the time. We're coming to their place, right? Some of these towns only have one bar. So that's their Friday and Saturday night that they've been doing for the last 20 years. And now we're here disrupting it, right? Yep. So like there's my line of like, I'm not here to try to make you go home early or anything like that. But also like, I'm not going to not do the job I was hired to do. So if your kid is allowed at the bar, then whoever booked me needs to let me know that kids will be there if you have a rating. But if you're paying me to do what I do best, then what do you want? That one was a little rambly. We could probably cut that out. I can sense myself.
No,
I can sense how high I am at this point. Like that one was a ramble. That was a ramble.
You were doing good. It was reminded me of, we did a show recently in Weeping Water at the Legion. And there was I walk in and I was told like we could do whatever. It was what I walk in and the person manning the door is a child. And I was like, okay. And then apparently there was also a baby in the bar, like a newborn baby, which
perfect.
Okay, yeah. So then I like asked the bartender, I was like, hey, I saw that there was a kid here. Like, are we still good to like do our material, whatever? And she was like, well, he's like 6 months old. Like he's not. And I was like, no, like the actual kid by the door.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I'm not worried about the baby.
I'm not stupid. And then she was like, oh, he's got noise canceling headphones in. Like, let it fly.
Oh.
And I was like, perfect. And that kid faced the opposite. He did not even look at the stage and was on his iPad, headphones in. And I was like, all right.
Tyrell did the canned comedy thing at the Benson where we had kids like judging the food coming in and stuff. And we put him down in the green room with some headphones and iPads. And we're like, all right, if you want to come upstairs, bang 3 times on the door. Yeah. Someone will come. It wasn't like that. They could come upstairs. Gosh.
It's great.
That was fun.
Side tangent.
Yeah.
I had a dream about you recently.
Fuck yes, let's go.
I had a dream that sorry, just the way I started that. I had a dream.
sex dream.
It was that like I was kind of you were not happy with me in the dream because every time I saw you, I would be like, Rachel, can I borrow like something to wear? Like I kept stealing your clothes, and I would go like I don't know where we were, but for some reason I had almost immediate access to your bedroom, your clothes, and I would go in there and I would dig through your clothes and wear them. And it happened like a couple times throughout the dream. And then I go on Facebook and you posted something about like wearing Tyrell's clothes, and I wanted to comment and being like, I had this dream, and then I was like, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. But yeah, I don't know what that says. I don't know the psychology behind that.
Was my room a room you recognized?
No.
Okay.
It was like, it was dark. Like the lighting was dark, but it was just like normal. It kind of felt like I was on like a cruise ship.
Okay.
I don't know.
And what kind of clothes?
All black. It was different. Yeah. No, it was like, I think there were some white tops in there, but it was like different forms of a black top. Which I get it because that's my wardrobe too, but yeah, and then like, but I kept coming. It was kind of like like I wouldn't know because I don't have this established relationship with my mother, but I would assume what it would feel like to be like, Mom, can I borrow your?
Interesting. I mean, viewers at home and everyone maybe except you all know what that dream means. But
what does that mean?
I'm your mommy.
I'll take it.
I'm just joking. No, I'm sure if you looked it up online, it'd be something stupid like, this is a person that you look up to.
Oh,
or
yeah,
like
because I'm wanting to wear your clothes.
Yeah.
Aww.
That'd be the only thing. And the only reason I asked if it was like a room you recognize, because I do know in dreams there's a difference between your brain like making up the space or going back to a space. If it's a room that you recognize, then you feel like comfortable doing this. But if it's a room that you didn't recognize, maybe you felt that like anxiety about like, oh no, or why you said like, oh, I thought you were mad. It's just because you're in a space that's like unfamiliar.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. You really dissected. I feel like I've received more clarity on the situation.
Fantastic.
I've been having dreams.
Girl.
I've been having dreams.
I dream all the time. Are you okay if I call you girl?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
She, her?
Yeah.
Why was that so?
It was just... It was funny, and also I have this friend who is like, because I say girl, no matter who you are, I'm gonna say girl, like my boss, 40-year-old man, girl, like like
girl.
I was having a conversation with my friends who's like non-binary, and I was like girl, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I have brain rot from the internet, so I just call people girl.
It was the same with dude for a while. Everyone was dude.
Yeah, everyone was dude. That's funny.
That had the same energy as when I do this bit with you sometimes where I walk up to you and I go, it's Jocelyn DeBonis, right? I'll just say your name.
When you rated my set after,
oh my gosh,
was very funny.
8 out of 10.
Very high. I was like, I don't know if that was supposed to be a dig. I took that as a compliment.
Oh no, it wasn't a dig. Well, first of all, it was good. If it was bad, I probably would have said like 10 out of 10. No, you know what I mean? Like that goes back to another pet peeve.
Yeah.
Do not tell me good job after a set if it was not a good job. Don't. I can see right through your bullshit.
It depends. It depends.
Alternatives. I think we talked about this the first time I was on. Alternative things to say instead of good job if it wasn't a good job. That crowd was rough. Way to stay in there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's nice.
Or like little choppy, but we got through it.
Okay. Yeah,
you know what?
Actually, I'm gonna like actually save these.
Right.
Because I do find myself, which like I try not to do it. I'm just like, I don't know. I try not to lie to people about like how I feel about their sets. But yeah, I do. Sometimes I just blame the crowd for their sake. But I like the way that those are worded.
Right. Or like, I mean, it truly goes back to if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Exactly.
But I don't, there's some comedians, some of them, my friends, who will get off on stage and like give you eyes like, please say something about it. And for me, I've done that to other people as well. And what I'm looking for is like that was rough. Like, because my skin can handle that. And to be honest, that gives me relief where I'm like, okay, like I'm not living in my, like it wasn't as, to me, I'm like, good, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Tyrell and I do that to each other, where if one of us, we've done many shows where I've just bombed and he comes in and like picks up the pieces and vice versa. And like one of the things we don't do is lie about what we saw.
That's good. That's good to have that honesty. I feel like with some of my closer friends I can do that, but when it's just someone walking out, someone random, I don't know. I'm untruthful. Pet peeve that I've been seeing recently, that I don't know how you feel about this, but it's like people posting their reviews of their set on Facebook, and I just need to delete Facebook. I really do, because it's actually like, I'm like, I shouldn't be this mad at 9 a.m. But it's like, I'll see like a paragraph and it's like, I don't give a fuck. But also it's like, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I saw a post recently that was complaining about an open micer that killed the vibe and like ruined.
I didn't read through the whole thing, but I saw a snippet of that where it's like, oh, it was really hard to get the crowd back after they ate one. And this is an open mic or a show?
Open mic.
Well, that sucks,
and I'm just
buddy.
like, and then like, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of people like type out these like fucking synopsis, and I feel it's men. There is not one woman in the scene that I know that actually does that.
Ever.
And it's like, if a woman talked on Facebook or wherever the same way that a man talks about themselves in comedy, like this with the paragraph, God, she would be stoned in the streets.
There's one person I forgive for doing that. And I love that we're name dropping. This is so great.
I'm okay with it.
Ben Webb can do that, and I'm okay. He's one of the longest writers that we have. But do you know what else he does? What? He tags people in those things, and he uplifts, and he is, I don't know any other person that goes to as many shows as he does. His support gives him a pass from me.
Okay.
Also, Ben Webb does enough in this community to warrant having some feelings after a weekend of shows. There are open micers who are only open micers at this point that feel the need to go into great detail about their night and how hard it is and how much they grind. And it's like, man, I wish I had time to post on Facebook about that. I'm too busy actually grinding. Doing the damn thing. That was so rude. I don't know.
You know
what I mean, though, that it's like the more you have to say, the less significant it probably is.
And also it's like that, and then like which I don't want to like take down people. There's people have wins and they want to share those wins, but it's like, again, like the people that are, I think, really like, I don't even want to say the word wins, but doing shit, you're not gonna see them like going online to just, I don't know,
to gloat.
It's just
I have to remind myself too, like after 10 years you stop losing wanting to do that. Like I remind myself, most of the people doing this are new, and these are their like initial feelings and experiences, and like you want to gloat about that first sold out show you had or something. And we've all been guilty of it too, where we've posted like, what an amazing weekend, like thanks for all that. But I don't need a play-by-play of the open mic where you went up on stage and did 4 minutes.
Yes.
And also like, oh, it was really hard to, it's like blaming, a pet peeve, blaming the audience and then blaming the person who went up in front of you.
Yeah.
If you are funny and good at what you do,
it should never matter.
You should have gotten them back then. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree. I agree. that was something that has been on my heart. The Lord has placed on my heart that I needed to talk about. I am so excited to edit this episode.
This is gonna be fun.
I was very much looking forward to having you back on. I really enjoy talking with you.
Thank you. I love talking.
I love talking. Yeah. And you have you speak in bits and you just, you really do. You really do. Even the last time you came on, you ripped a whole entire bit on Roombas. It was great.
And then I tried it on stage and it wasn't ever as funny as here.
I disagree.
It wasn't.
I disagree. This isn't a me lying in your face thing. That I do disagree. I thought that joke was great.
Thank you.
And I think that even as a side tangent to whatever bigger bit you do, I think it would be great in there.
Blessings.
But nonetheless, we will obviously plug your social medias because we want people to follow you.
Thank you.
And follow you in real life to your shows.
Careful.
Okay, but with respectful boundaries.
Are we running out of time?
I am gonna wrap.
Okay, cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I have a stalker. I was gonna.
Oh my God! I don't. Okay. Do you really have a stalker?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm really sorry.
She came to my work. It's okay.
She came oh, sorry.
See, not all men.
I'm glad that they're diversifying. They're sending out the women as well.
I had so much fun. Will you please follow me on Rachel Ware Comedy? Mm-hmm. I would love that.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes. Do you have a website? All right. I'm sorry. I don't even know why
it's a tender subject right now.
Yeah,
but,
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But maybe.
I'm in. When is this coming out?
This will probably come out the last week of February. So
cool.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's just the schedule. But
I'm out of town.
Yeah, out of town.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. Bye.
Nonetheless, this was great. Thank you so much again for coming. Thank you, Grace, for doing this as well.
Grace, thank you.
Love you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Grace. Were you kissing?
I was going.
And we are wearing McDonald's colors again. That is just our thing. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is.
We had McDonald's sales.
Let's make cute.
You can get $1 Big Mac on the app. All right.
Sure.
You can.